look at this photo down onto the crash landing site. Investigators say that the plane skidded in that grassy area that you see over a rocky barricade and into the water. Action News Jack spoke with a former Navy aviation officer trained in safety who believes from his experience that it was likely human error that sent the plane skidding. Action News Jack's investigator Ben Becker is live in Mandarin across the river. And Ben, we can see that there was some activity, crews working behind you, trying to still get that voice recorder and find out what really happened here.
Tanika, that plane is still in the St. Johns River tonight. Take a look behind me. You can see the floodlights in the distance. I'm here in Mandarin. Across there is NAS Jax. You see the floodlights about 3 to 5 miles away over this brackish, dark water tonight. Now, the cockpit voice recorder is underwater in the tail of that aircraft. As we've mentioned earlier, the NTSB can't get to it until the plane is taken out of this river. Meantime, a pilot I spoke with says 85% of the time there are crashes, it's caused by human error. A military charter flight sitting still in troubled waters is raising troubling questions. Statistically speaking, it's likely this could have been human error.
It's more probable than not.
Justin Drash has flown S-3s out of NAS Jax and was an officer trained at the Naval School of Aviation Safety. That's part of the mishap investigation team. Statistically speaking, it's likely this could have been human error.
It's more probable than not.
He says that factor could be the pilot's braking technique.
We will have 16 team members here.
In a Saturday news conference, the NTSB said it recovered the aircraft's flight data recorder. It could explain if there was a mechanical malfunction. The cockpit voice recorder in the tail is still underwater. It can't be listened to until the plane is moved from the water. Drash says investigators will do a deep dive into all scenarios.
It could have been a blown tire. It could have been a malfunction in the aircraft itself.
The Boeing 737 slid off the runway into the St. Johns River during heavy rain. Drash wonders why the pilot didn't try to pull up once he realized he was running out of runway. What should be the one thing that we don't assume in this whole thing?
I wouldn't assume anything. The only thing that you know is that there's an airplane that's sitting in the St. Johns River, and we're very fortunate that everybody walked away from it.
And one thing I want to point out, the NTSB says this is not the same kind of Boeing plane that's previously been grounded following mechanical issues and crashes around the world. Reporting live in Mandarin, Ben Becker, Fox 30, Action News Jax.